truck is not big enough. A dually not big enough? I don't want to get rid of our truck. I'm Tom.
And I'm Cherie.
And we sold everything for a life of freedom and full-time travel.
Follow our journey for tips, and we also share our mistakes.
And we make plenty of them.
Yes, we do. Thank you for subscribing, because you don't want to miss some of these videos we have coming up. We have some really exciting things happening.
We do. Well, after talking to a few people and getting some comments, I'm sad to report that it sounds like our truck is not big enough to pull the momentum. I don't want to get rid of our truck. I love that truck. It's paid off. And a dually not big enough? I
know. It's disappointing to find that out.
Right, when you go to a dealership and they ask you, well, how big of a truck do you have? And you say a dually, they stop asking questions. It's like, that's it. They don't care about the year.
Not that they're to be trusted.
Right, and I actually found out that they actually are not liable. They could sell you anything even if they know you have the wrong truck.
Never trust a salesman.
So basically, Chad from Changing Lanes mentioned it. I didn't want to believe it, so I tried to ignore him. As far as like my specs on my truck and what I can safely tow with that, how do you calculate that?
So yeah, I looked at you sent me your sticker on your door, which shows you have an 11,400 GVWR on the truck. Because with a truck and a fifth wheel, it's a lot more, it's both about your towing capacity, which you'll get from the manufacturer. It'll say you can tow this amount. And usually those numbers are different for fifth wheel versus bumper pull, but they're usually not too far off. But the biggest thing with a fifth wheel is you have a lot more weight on the pin, which is in the bed of the truck, which means that it adds to the weight in the truck, and it has to fit inside the GVWR of the truck. So doing some quick math, GVWR of 11,400, you said the last time that you weighed it was 8280, and that, I'm assuming you didn't unload it to go load that, everything you normally...
No, that's loaded.
Right, so that gives you 3120 of cargo capacity, left over for pin and stuff like that. If you figure the 80-20 rule of 20% of the weight generally on the pin, it's sometimes 20 to 25, you basically take that number 3120 and multiply it by 5 will give you 15,600, which is about where you'd want to stay for the GVWR of your fifth wheel. Did you follow all that?
I think so. So
I didn't.
I know. I'm with you. I tend to go.
You guys just talk. I'll just sit here.
Yeah. So, it's tough to on the heavier fifth wheels to do it. I could draw a picture.
Get out the whiteboard.
Looks like a mushroom.
That's it. It's a fifth.
Okay.
It's a fifth wheel. Do you see that?
Now I get it.
You've got 80% of the weight, or is it 80% of the weight on the axles and 20% on the pin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we know this number here. If we wanted to max this out, it would be 3120. Basically, it's your truck's GVWR minus how much it weighs already gives you how much more you can add to the truck.
Okay.
Got that?
Yeah.
So you've got basically 3,120 pounds that you can add in the bed and still be within your weight ratings for your truck.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that 3,120, that's how much this is, 20%,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you want to take 20% up to 100%, you would multiply it by 5.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
20%
Mm-hmm.
is 1/5 of 100.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right? 20% is 1/5 of 100, so you just multiply it by 5 to get where your max fifth wheel GVWR should be.
Okay. For the truck.
Rough, again, rough numbers, but yeah.
Right. Okay. Is that better?
So, yeah, that is really clear. Now I'm looking at, I've actually got the Momentum catalog here, and it looks like when we get into the 3 axles, they all jump up into 20,000 GVWR. So is that too big?
It would be too big for your current truck, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you're looking like our RV. We've got about 4,500 pounds on our pin, so that would put you about 1,300 pounds over your gross weight rating on your truck.
So it makes me wonder, is this RV too heavy for the truck? Because we always struggle going through the mountains, pulling up, and we always overheat, have to pull over. I'm just wondering, is this too heavy for the truck?
It could be. I don't know your current. What's the GVWR of your current?
I think it's like 12,400. I think.
You're probably fine then. It might just be your truck. Is it it's a diesel, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes trucks just have trouble on hills. I mean, ours doesn't overheat, but if we're on a 7-8% grade, you do feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You see these people online, and you say, "Oh, it's like it's not even back there." Like, you're a liar. If you can't feel 20,000 pounds behind you, then you're just
and not even feel it.
Yeah.
Must be driving drunk.
Okay, so I guess if we like reduce some of the weight in the truck, would that increase the?
Yeah. I mean, the more weight you take out of the truck, the more cargo capacity you have for other stuff. It's just you're trading some weight for a different weight.
I imagine there's some upgrades we could do to the truck to make it do that or have that ability.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those debates you'll hear online a lot. Is I added airbags or this and that. It doesn't really change the rating of your truck, which is more of a legal number sometimes than a practical number. So it's one of those things that I always tell people. It may tow fine, it may do just fine, but if there's ever an accident and the insurance adjuster looks at, hey, let's weigh this thing and look at his truck and go, oh,
yeah,
you're over these numbers, and technically, you didn't stop in time because you were overweight. It's an easy argument for the insurance company to make and then deny your claim.
Okay.
That makes
sense.
Our RV is rated at 20K, but we're probably about 500 pounds over that. I know that the 20K rating on these triple axles is more of an RVIA, is RVIA? Yeah, the RVIA certification, and staying under that 20K number just to stay under it. I mean, I know this RV can handle a lot more because we have 21K of axles, but again, it's one of those legal number things, which we don't have to stop at weigh stations or anything, but.
Okay. Well, let's move on to more fun questions.
Yay! You're like, oh no, do we have to get a new truck too?
Oh gosh.
I can see it. I can see it going in your minds. You're like, oh.
Oh no, new truck.
We just paid it off. What are you talking about?
I didn't hear what you said, Chad.
Usually it would be her saying, "No new truck," and you saying, "Yeah, I told you we needed a new truck."
Yeah.
Oh man, I just got that thing paid off. I don't want to buy a new
do
one.
another one. Yeah.
But back to that, you can add airbags to help level, and it improves the ride some too. We have airbags on ours, not for leveling, but just for the ride.
Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily believe that it helps that much, but
I know for a fact.
No.
Thanks so much to our friends Chad and Tara from Changing Lanes, and you can find a link to the rest of our video chat in the description below. And joining us today, we have a special guest, JD.
From Big Truck Big RV. It's not in person.
Right.
It's by phone. So if you ask us what he looks like, we still don't know. We don't know what he looks like either. Come on, JD.
We'll have to do some.
Why the secrecy?
Right.
Everybody wants to know. Well, you look great.
I appreciate it. You look really good. So, when I saw your first video of when you introduced the disaster that happened, and I saw the truck. You know, I instantly kind of thought, well, that truck is significantly overweight that trailer is significantly overweight for your truck. And your truck, I believe, has a maximum fifth wheel rating of between about 16,000 and 16,500 pounds, depending on if it's a crew cab or an extended cab. The other challenge is that they really didn't offer many gear ratios back then. And because of that, the gear ratio that you have is really one of the limiting factors, as well as just how the transmission is designed and the engine is designed. So you're putting a tremendous amount of stress on your engine and transmission by towing that much weight. Now, the Duramax and the Allison transmission are a great platform, but at the time, they were only putting the numbers in place to really compete against Ford and Ram in terms of the Cummins and the Power Stroke. So coming up with numbers that could tow up to 20,000 pounds from a fifth wheel perspective wasn't necessarily something they were looking to achieve.
Well, the newer models of this same truck does have the towing capacity. It's the year that made the difference.
Right. The older trucks, we have an 06 Chevy Silverado 3500, and I think just getting up into the like 2012, 2013 or above, the trucks just have a much larger towing capacity. And yeah, it's a simple thing of just, we've got to sell the Chevy or trade it in, and get something else.
It would probably be fine if we were just like weekenders, you know, doing it here and there, but I think that since we're full-time and we're moving constantly, I think it's important that we have the right equipment, the right truck.
Well, and we have more weight as well.
Yeah. And we're going to be adding more weight with the office solution, storage solution in the back.
Right. So we want to be as safe as possible.
Yeah.
And we try to listen to everybody's advice and act upon the ones that we think, you know, are really necessary. And this is definitely a necessary one. And a big thank you to JD from Big Truck Big RV for all of that information. And we actually have a lot more coming up with JD from Big Truck Big RV. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And again, thanks to Chad and Tara from Changing Lanes, JD Big Truck Big RV. And you can find links to both of their channels in the description below. So make sure you check them out and subscribe to them as well. We will see you guys in the next video. Take care.